Success is often sold to us as the ultimate dream, and it is preached that once you attain success, life becomes effortless and a whole lot easier. But on how to attain success and what it actually means to be successful, I wish they were more specific. Now, what does success mean? As well as I thought I did for a long time, but I realized I don't have a freaking clue what it means. But I'll buttress with this point. There's this story from a guy on TED Talk, one of the TED Talk shows. I'd say his name would be, let's refer to him as Derek. So Derek, at the age of 6, found a passion for cycling, and from this found ambition, he pursued, and his dream was to become pro. But because of the environment he grew up in, even after he had proven himself, participated in tournaments, won, he was still suffering from lack of support from the people around him, saying, nah, be realistic, going pro is kind of impossible, you come from the slum, all of that. And to be frank, he was even blessed with the prestigious brain of, being a scholar, being a good student. So because of that, and given the fact that from his environment, the people that were raised around there were kids who were more of exposed to this kind of ghetto lifestyle, and to add to that, only like two. Imagine your whole community, right? And only two people have graduated or gone to university in any single way. So with this pressure around him, and because of he also wants to impress his parents, he ventured and went abandoned his dream of cycling. I went into school. Just how most of us found ourselves in the first place. Maybe you were passionate about something, could be your love for sports, maybe soccer, football, basketball, anything, and you just abandoned it because you were, I'd say, not giving that support you always wanted. So aside side note from that, he went to school, did everything a good student could do. But the thing is that when he first got to school, he saw these rich kids around him because he went on scholarship to this very prestigious school. These rich kids on scholarship, and he was like jealous, and I said, I want to be like them or better than them, in fact. So he worked his way up, he graduated with an honors degree, went into the world of, I'd say, accounting, and then kind of made a name for himself, won every accolade possible. And in his mind, he's supposed to be successful, right? He's supposed to be a happy man. But that really wasn't the case. Now, after a chatter with his significant other, Derek sat with his wife and they started to write down the vision board of things they wanted to do before while they were younger, but had to stray away from because of pressure from society and all of that. So they got to work, and then Derek realized that the only thing that was coming through his head that he determined as success was actually cycling. So he took the big leap to leave everything. Imagine being this successful, let's say, accountant, having all the accolades, everything. Imagine abandoning all of that, chasing a dream as simple as cycling. Now he quit his job at this very prestigious institution, left everything behind just to chase cycling. And then he started training. He trained for months on end to run for this, I think, for these old people Olympics kind of games. And then he did. But then the problem was there was something unique about his story, is that he didn't go in with the intention of winning. He went in for the purpose of, I love this and I want to do it. And I think that's very powerful, because when he went with that intention, he kind of put away so many pressure off him. No pressure to say, oh, I must win. Feel me? So he went into the competition with his children and his wife cheering him on. And surprisingly, somehow, he was third against people who have been riding for years, against very high professionals. He took third, which is very exciting. It's a very heartwarming story, in fact, because he said at the end of the day, when he won, and when he took third, he felt this sense of elation where he couldn't believe what his eyes had just witnessed. And then on, he started been cycling ever since, and he has been training other people to cycle as well. So the powerful takeaway from the story is, like, at the end of the day, what makes you happy, what you get fulfillment from, that is actually the right thing to do. You should always trust your gut. But then there's a twist to this story, because there are different types of success, and I believe at every stage of your life you have different success you tie yourself to. So what I mean is, success is different for people at different times. So like for Derek, his definition of success at the time when he got to uni was to be the best and kind of outperforming other students. And then once he did that, he was then outperforming people in life, in his workforce, trying to be the best. And then after that was to be successful, that is getting rich. And he needed all those things, and then that's definition of success, right? But to him, it was more to that. It wasn't just about the money, about the accolades. It was about doing something that he enjoyed, which he then found out to be his real definition of success. But even at that, there were different stages of his life. He experienced different things and achieved different things. And I think when you achieve something, at that moment, that is your success. That's what you want to achieve. And Derek did that. So for me, I think for me right now, my own definition of success is one, being the best version I can be, being the kind of person who attracts what I want, not just by chasing it, but attracting it, more of in a healthy kind of way. And yeah, that's just it about me. So one big thing I want to do now is be successful, and one of the main objectives is, as I said before, being the best version of myself. And after achieving that is to get crazy rich. So that's just it. That's it. That's what I think success is. And I also believe success changes in different stages of life. Once you have achieved something, onto the next thing, onto whatever you call success after that point. Yeah, that's about it. Catch you on the next one.